And, okay, I'll admit, these aren't all my original thoughts. I watched Sex and the City with Mel Gibson's father last night, so a lot of that was his. Well, hi, everybody. Yeah. New Mexico, let's start off with this little number, is about to pass a law requiring all government cars to have breathalyzers installed. You know, so the government workers, they get drunk and they go hammering around the highways, you know. It's New Mexico, you know, Route 66. So any alcohol is detected, you get, you know, they just stop it. What do you think is going to happen? Is this a good idea? Should we do this for every car? Why not?
Not only do I think we should do it for every car, but I think we should install a similar device on fat girls.
How would it work, Jimmy?
You blow into it, and if you're too drunk to make a rational decision, you don't go home with her.
Well, that sounds logical, but wait a minute. That sounds logical, but the point is the fat girl would have to actually put it on herself. And what fat girl, she wants to get laid,
it's right in the ignition,
right?
They put it right in the ignition, which is a tremendous excuse for a hooker. It's like, officer, I was just trying to help him start his car.
But wait a minute, what fat girl's going to admit she's a fat girl?
That's what I'm saying. Right? Jim's plan is flawed because no fat girl, if she was going to get laid,
that's not flawed. You don't give her a choice. You hold her down and you stick it in her blowhole. I also think that airplanes should have a similar device. And to
the profiling or the blowing?
To the blowing. And if it's determined that your breath smells like falafel or hummus, you're not allowed to board the plane.
I like that. I like that. But why is it $1,000? It's $1,000 for who in the hell in New Mexico is going to have money to drink after spending $1,000?
Right.
But why is it just alcohol, though? How come not like marijuana, crystal meth, oxycontin? Should be any other
drug. Because people don't
drug.
crash into people and kill people when they're smoking pot.
That's they do. It's really slow.
No, they don't.
Obviously, never been to Wisconsin.
They do it like that. What's that? All right, let's move along. This one's... a group of high school students studying the impact of rumors have angered their black classmates by hanging posters in school hallways promoting April as White History Month. Well, my opinion is, first of all, when I read the article, what happens? They immediately brought them to a cultural sensitivity counselor. That a school has that is nauseating. Then the English teacher got up and read a slam poem. But why is White History Month racist, but Black History Month is okay?
No, it's bad that they did it during February. It's bad that they did it during Black History Month.
It's bad that
they did it in June.
Regardless.
It might not have been so bad. What?
They did it. It's bad regardless. You know, it was a slam towards Black History Month. I mean, why? There's no other reason to have done it. Well, April's White History Month? Is that what they're trying to say?
I think that
every other month is White History Month.
But every month is White History. Yeah, that's true. Every month is White History.
Every other month is White History Month. It was a racial...
Every other month, like every odd and even, or
all the other months.
I have math
prime numbers.
But obviously they weren't doing it for that. They were doing it because if I was a white kid growing up today, like when I went to school, but I grew up in Brooklyn, but it was much more, there was black and white history the whole time. That's what we learned. There was no white history. It was black and white history in school. But if I grew up today where you really felt like, oh, here comes Black History Month, and you had to be like, you know, genuinely like, genuflecting towards the idea of it, it can be a little annoying if you're a high school kid. And then it caused this kind of static instead of being like a dumb incident that they just, passed by, but it became like, they're going to call us Ole Miss in 1962. We're going to have a counselor and a slam
but as a white guy, you don't know. I mean, black guys really get freaked out about being black. I'm telling you.
How do you know this?
Because I'm going to tell my story if you let me finish.
Oh, okay.
The other night.
She's speaking for a black man.
Easy, settle down.
Vince, some of the rest of us are black too. Just let us have a moment.
With black men.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, the other night I was at the comic strip with Todd Lynn, who's a comedian. You guys all know Todd, right?
Oh, he's terrific.
He's been on the show many times.
Right.
Very touchy.
He's very touchy.
He looks like a gargoyle in Hot Street.
Where you wait to go on stage at the comic strip, it's a very small area. Me, him, and Adi Fuqua. Adi came up.
Adi's black too.
Adi's black
for the story.
He came up and he started to pretend like he was going to make out with me. Todd turned around and ran outside and went out almost to the street. He was like hyperventilating. I go, Todd, what's the matter? He's like, I'm afraid you're going to fall and bump your head and I'm going to be arrested for murder.
That was a good story.
What does this have to do with anything?
Shut up!
No.
Shut up,
So why does that make black men...
Well, what'd you say?
So why does that make black men really conscious of February? What does that mean?
I don't know. I want to know if she just insulted me.
We don't
What's that?
understand.
Did you insult me?
No.
Okay.
I didn't insult you.
What is that?
All right.
I don't know what you're talking
Because
about.
Todd was arrested for murder in February. No, I don't know what has to do with February.
No,
People want to be
very sensitive
separated.
and
People want to be
scared.
separated when it benefits them. Like I was in Virgin buying videos, DVDs, and they have a section called Black Cinema, which is just revolting. Why?
Did they say it that way?
It said the signs.
You have to admit,
Well, let me finish.
Okay.
Why do they have to have that? Why can't black films be in with other dramas and comedies?
Because it's not like that. The whole thing is, why do we have to have a Black History Month? Because we shouldn't have to even go to that extent.
Right.
If it was taught naturally. There's a lot of things that black people have contributed to a lot of things that you guys don't know about.
Well, I know all about it. If you ask me anything, I'll answer right now.
Yeah.
What?
I've seen Oz.
Benjamin Banneker. Go ahead. What's next?
Elijah McCoy.
Elijah McCoy?
Yeah.
It's a safety on the Green Bay Packers, 1967. It was Hank Graham.
I know
That didn't explain
Elijah McCoy.
That didn't explain the black cinema thing, though. You see, you get into the larger issue of, there was a bad history of black people in this country, which is true, but that doesn't explain black cinema. Why does everything have to be separate when it benefits somebody like
Because
why?
you don't see black people in movies.
Are you kidding? Never seen that.
You don't see it.
No.
Tommy Davidson and Joanna Man was hilarious.
Yeah, okay.
Did you hear
Blacks and
Tramp?
Blondes is my
You heard
favorite
some
porno
Tramp?
series.
That's all you see now.
No, the fact is that you have to have, it shouldn't be separate.
Look, the white kids
people have
hung
their
up these
experience.
posters for one reason. They wanted to get laid, and this was their way to get attention. That's what white guys did.
It was to prove a point. It was just like,
What's the point?
The point is
Get
that
laid.
black people want to be separated when it benefits black kids.
No,
Well,
black
that's
people
the
want
point.
to be separated.
That's why can't you have a
But there is definitely...
Black people do not want to be separated. That's why we want to have our own history month.
Black cinema, Black History Month, Black Miss America. Of course they want to be separated.
How many Black Miss Americas were there before there was a Black Miss America?
Well,
None.
I think we saw why we couldn't have
No,
one
there's
after
a
her
lot of Black
behaving.
Who, Vanessa? Yeah,
She's actually my favorite Miss America.
exactly.
All I'm saying is this, what Jim's point is that it seems like there's a real double standard as far as when black people say we'll have a black section in the store. If you walked into a store and saw a white section, even
You don't have to call it a white section. It's all white.
So we don't.
But you just changed your mind twice
About
in this
what?
conversation. In the beginning, you said,
But just the big point is this. You have to admit that segregation does look a little funny. If you grew up today, if you're a kid and you're like, oh, that's the black section. You can't say anything Black History Month. You can't do that. But if a white, you know what I mean? Because guess what? All those people, well, whites have all the power. Really? Not all the white people. Some of them do. Most of them are poor too. So I mean, for them, you can't just say.
What?
I'm saying that.
What the hell?
Because the excuse is always
What
that.
was that?
The
Someone
excuse
has
is
to
always
follow
that people
the
say.
The boss is
white
making a
people-
point.
The boss is making a point.
Good point,
I
boss.
go along.
Go ahead, white boss.
That's white history, right?
Go ahead, white boss.
No, I'm the, what do you call a boss? What's that go?
I don't know, but don't do this again.
Yeah.
No, that's the joke. And that kind of. Well, it doesn't matter.
No one got
But
it.
listen,
Your hair looks
You went
good.
we'll be right back. Oh, well, calling all sheep is our look at new trends that you may not be aware of. I saw myself spit on a sneaker. Today's calling all sheep, the New York Times reports a great number of women, or a growing number of women, are creating female-empowered porn. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a good thing because, first of all, women deserve to have their point of view about sex. They don't have the same desires as we do. They like the whole, cuddling and they, babbling endlessly for a half hour afterwards or whatever. But I did see a couple of female porn movies, and I'm not just making it up. You think it's a joke. And one was that made by women. It's called What Do You Mean by What You Said the Other Day? And
Sounds a little slow.
yeah. And the other one was That Wasn't Me. That must have been some other girlfriend you're thinking of that you said it to. Why do you think this? Sue, you're a woman, aren't you? What do you
Yeah.
think about this stuff?
I think that it's ridiculous. I think that we are so repressed sexually in this country that now it has to go to this point. Like, we have to be, ridiculous. Like, I'm Irish Catholic.
Oh.
We grew up repressed,
You're
right?
psychotic.
No, I'm telling you, repressed. My whole life, we were like, oh my God, that's a sin. It's disgusting. Don't touch me.
It is disgusting.
Right? It's
And
like,
it
if you
is.
even think about it, it's a sin. And then all of a sudden you have a six-pack and you're like, yeah, I'll suck you. Sure, come on.
I don't have
At least a picture, a six-pack?
At least there's
I
no
just a
pride.
six-pack.
She's
Do the six-pack.
I don't have a six-pack. What will you do for some green tea?
Well, what do you guys think about this porn?
I
Women
disagree
porn?
with Sue, actually, only because I know what you're saying about women having been repressed, but porn, and I love pornography.
We know that.
Really? But
He's a connoisseur.
it really
Team
is
report.
so geared towards, not even all males, just the males that, that want to get right to the sex, and it's boring.
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
All
Let
right,
me
wait a minute.
finish. No.
Okay, I'll let you
no,
finish first. Wait.
Because you're
Go
going to
ahead.
blow out my candle to make yours shine brighter.
That was a good one.
My thing was, it bores me. That kind of sex bores me. Like, I honestly, like, just like when they cut right to the sex, and that's what most porn is. A woman's porn is going to have more of a plot line, or the cuddling makes me want to puke. But I like the plot line because
you like the plot. In the porn?
Honest to God,
you watch a porn for plot.
I liked it. I want to know why.
You watch a porn for plot?
I didn't say
Yes. That's why.
What are you doing?
This phony bastard off. Shut up for a second. I knew where you're going.
No.
Let me explain something.
I want to know why that man is
son of a
knuckle deep in that nurse. I want to know.
I understand the psychological. I like the psychological.
Yeah.
But just the fact that he goes, I knew you were setting up this whole phony thing. And
But
still,
that's not phony.
Here's why
You fell on the floor.
Shut up. Here's why you're phony. You want to know why you're phony? Because not only, on the one hand, you wanted to shut up and
I don't want to know why I'm phony.
I don't blame you, because I got you mugged and numbered, stupid. Now listen to this. He's phony because once he goes, I like the plot, so he's trying to please the woman.
No.
And then, shut your phony mouth and let me finish. And on the other hand, he goes, don't get me wrong, cuddling makes me want to puke. So the guys will think he's a guy.
Yeah, he's
Go to
a guy.
hell.
Whatever.
Anybody else want to say anything? I was on the floor listening to every word. Go ahead, Vince.
I think that, well, first of all, you watch a plot for porn, that's retarded. But let me ask you this. So
I don't mean I watch it just for the plot. I'm not saying like
Is it women on women? Is it women just like
No,
it's
it's
just
women
for
with men,
women
but
to
it's
feel
more
better
women.
about it.
You know what? Women like different things in bed than men. Like you said, cuddling and,
Not just cuddling.
But it's still porn, though, right?
It's still porn, but it's not like all jizz porn. You know how guys porn is.
Oh, yeah.
There's
jizz
porn
porn, you know?
movies. There's a series of porn movies. Shut up and me for guys.
But you haven't seen that, right? Because the plot is already taken out of it.
Yeah, no, I like it when there's a plot because it turns me on more. I'm not saying out of sensitivity.
It turns you on.
I swear to God.
I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I like it hard and fast.
It's psychological. No, you like a psychological twist. You know.
I'm more deep than that. But the thing is,
He
why
doesn't
would
mean
you?
the plot. He's saying it's the psychology.
Yes,
Yeah.
it turns me
You
on
don't just want to
more.
watch two people having sex with no bat. You want a little
I
bit.
do. I
Is
don't
it
mind it.
Freudian right now that you keep holding your hands about this wide when you're talking about sex? Is this the size
I
of
don't
your...
understand the
What's
cuddle
going on
thing.
there, Irish
I
boy?
think you guys
wish.
are all making us think that we like to cuddle. We don't like to cuddle.
You do like to
No,
cuddle.
I don't like to
Yes, you
cuddle.
do.
No, I don't.
She's
How
Irish.
do you
Leave her
know?
alone.
All right, you're right. I don't know you, but you're.
I have intimacy issues.
We're
I
saying
don't
as a
like to cuddle.
general rule,
That
women would...
You're not the rule, though.
As a
Women
general rule,
women
women
are
don't
emotionally
only...
connected. They're connected more emotionally. Guys
Yes.
are just looking
Because it happens inside our body.
Right.
Right? And it happens on the outside
Well,
for a guy.
sometimes it's
Sometimes,
inside.
though. I don't
Depending
think
on
it's
the
the truth.
Where did you hear that?
Not
That's
lately with
not
these
the
girls with
truth.
their finger
I made
popping
it up.
techniques, though.
What?
Yeah,
They're trying to bring it back.
that's true.
What, you're shocked? I'm just telling you what's going on
I've had
out
a
there.
few,
I'm trying to protect you goddamn people. Now listen.
I've had a few.
Finger pop. I don't know what
Finger
that
popping.
You ever
What
have
is that?
I believe it's self-explanatory,
Have a
Jeff.
what?
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
is. Have you ever had a
You're
what?
popping.
You ever lose a press-on nail in there?
Thank you. But first of all, let me get one more phony remark. This Italian bastard.
Phony remark.
Shut
That's
up.
phony.
The day an Italian says, I'd rather see something where we can please the woman. You guys don't give a
I
damn
didn't
about
say we
pleasing
could
the woman.
please the woman.
All you do is grab me
He's
and throw
married.
it off.
I said, show us a
Go cook
roadmap,
me a
but where to
meal. You know
go?
what you're
He's
about.
married, Colin.
Yes,
What's a
sir.
roadmap, but where to go?
Where to
That's all
go?
I'm saying.
As far as
He's
what?
married.
On a
He
woman's
means as
body,
far
what
as,
they
you know.
want, how to do it.
should know.
Make it easy for us.
Well, no,
Because they
you
got
should
this
already-
thing.
I don't need porn
I
from
know what
women.
you're saying.
I
You
need
got this
help
thing,
from
the
women.
clitoris, I think it's called.
The clitoris.
Exactly.
Very small.
Or
You gotta look for
Some
it.
are very big.
Yeah, some are very large.
Some are very
Really?
big.
I prefer
Some
those,
hang out.
actually.
Oh, well, man, this conversation
I want
is kind of interesting.
like a midget's thumb.
Jim wants it so large it pees out of it.
I swear to God.
He likes that.
I think that's really. I want her to be like, I was
I
so
like doing it
embarrassed
like
my whole
this.
life
I
about
think
that.
that's really...
No, that's
Is that
about the
allowed?
size. Yeah, that's what I like.
Does that turn you on?
Beyond
He's gay.
comprehension.
Look at him.
We'll be right back. I'm not. I don't want a drink. All right, give me a drink. Yes. I know you miss Texas. Don't start bad-mouthing Alabama, stupid. We're in Alabama. No, honestly, I don't think Darryl Royal could whip Bear Bryant's ass in a bar fight. We're sorry, mister. We love Bear Bryant, Richard Todd, the Crimson Tide. Yes. You're going to get us a nice ass kicking, George, with your big mouth. You don't want to start something when we don't have any of our friends around here. What's wrong with you? George, hello? George, stay with me. Listen, the base commander doesn't even know what you look like. You think that's good? He doesn't recognize you. You want to learn to be a pilot. This is what we have to do. You're being dramatic. It's not that much math. You have to be able to read all the gauges and that kind of stuff, I guess. George, don't push me, George. George, don't push me. I swear to God. Yeah, I know your daddy could have me killed. He's the head of the CIA, blah, blah, blah. Come on. George, I'm not playing, George. We're leaving. You're not taking her with us. No, she was jailbait. Very funny, George. No child left behind. I get it, but I'm telling you something. You can't spend your whole time serving your country, drinking, and listening to Three Dog Night. You've got to make an effort. I'm sorry, mister. He didn't mean it. You call your wife a what? I don't know what an evildoer is either, but I apologize. Now listen, George. Okay, George. I gotta give you credit. You're stubborn. Once your mind's made up, that's it. But I just wish once in a while you'd think, all right? George, don't cry. George, your nose is bleeding. George, don't try to smile at me. You look like you're cringy when you smile. You're better off crying, to be honest with you. Well, folks, there are only 6 shopping days left in Black History Month. Women's History Month also is having a new month. What other group could use its own month? And what are some of the ways it could be observed? Jeff.
Well, I got an idea. How about an American History Month? Because most high schoolers in the U.S. will respond to the question, where is Florida, with the answer, I think she's on Good Times on the TV Land reruns, isn't she? Just a reminder, in World War II, we did not fight on the side of the North. And incidentally, Martin Sheen, not actually our real president. Let's celebrate American History Month by taking a 5-minute break during our normal Memorial Day half-naked NASCAR barbecue drunk fest so we can actually find a vet and shake his hand.
All right, Sue.
I think there should be a month dedicated to guys who lie. It would be celebrated by them just taking a rest. Because we know that when they tell us that they're in between jobs, that they're really just a loser with no money. And we know that when they say they just want to be friends, that they can't get an erection. And when they say, don't worry, I'll be gentle, it means they're gay.
Sue, you should keep your mouth... Sorry. Anyway, Vince.
You know what group I think needs their own month? The ignorant. That's right, 30 days to recognize ignorant-ass people and their contributions that shaped America. Here's to the founder of the KKK, thinking your race is superior than wearing a sheet to hide your identity, you ignorant ass. Recognizing scientists who helped develop nuclear weapons that could destroy mankind. Ignorant asses. The man who patented the Flowbee, cutting your hair with a vacuum cleaner. Wow. And to the inventor of rims that continue to spin after your car has already stopped, you ignorant ass mother. You get my meaning.
All right. Jimmy boy.
I think that ultra liberals should have a month devoted specifically to them. It would be a chance for them to be thanked by all the wonderful people they've helped, like pedophiles who are continually allowed to re-enter society, and welfare mothers who never look for work because it's so much easier to sit home, eat for free, and pump out another criminal every 9 months. And let's not forget Mumia Abu Jamal, who just goes to prove that if you're black and you look like an intellectual, liberals will see that as such an anomaly. You can kill all the police officers your little heart desires. And last but not least, let's not forget me. I am forever indebted to the liberal for inadvertently preventing me from falling into the 3 greatest traps on earth: political correctness, dreadlocks on white people, and alternative comedy.
All right, that's the show. Good night. Oh, great job.
Yes, question over here. That Jim Norton, he's an enigma. He uses big words.
He really does.
Yeah, then he turns around and he talks about this crazy porn stuff. Is he really like that perverted, or is it an act?
No, he's pretty perverted. I mean, you know, I don't know personally, but the things he's told me, you know, and he doesn't look like he's lying when he says them. Please, no close-ups on my eye. I have the eye medicine. I don't want people saying I have a crusty eye.
Okay.
All right, do a close-up so you can see.